three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. Wow, the stadium at a fever pitch here on GramstarSports.com as we once again welcome you to Big Oak Stadium here in Robbinsville. It's the third round of the state playoffs. It's Robbinsville and Swain, and you're finding it right here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley and Audrey Colvin with you for tonight's telecast. How about the student section all ducked out in white angels for the Maroon Devils? Knights have won the opening coin toss and will be receiving to begin tonight's ball game. And we're going to get the Devils out here on the field. So the Knights were supposed to be defending the north end zone, but they flip-flopped it, I guess. 11 one way, 11 the other. Looks like everybody's good to go. And so are we here on GramstarSports.com. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast with us here on the Gramstar Sports Network. We are set to go here in Graham County. And kickoff up by number 9, Brendan Lanning. Roman Jones on the kickoff return for Robbinsville. He'll get all the way out to the Black Knights 40. That's a good spot to start in if you're Robbinsville. It will be 1st and 10 for the Black Knights.
1st and 10, Black Knights.
And a little bit of early movement. It'll be offsides on the Maroon Devils defense.
5-yard penalty. Brings up 1st and 5 for the Black Knights.
Well, again, this crowd at a fever pitch here tonight in Robbinsville.
Handoff up the middle, number 4, Cutler Adams, senior for the Black Knights on the carry. 59 and 70.
Cutler Adams on the carry.
Number 79, LD Luquire.
That is LD Laquire and Uford on the tackle. It's a pickup of 2. Right up 2nd down and 3 here on GramstarSports.com. And Adams loose. He's going to get wrangled and tackled by Glaspie right here below us. Glaspie on the tackle, but it's not to move the chains. 1st and 10 Black Knights. So Cutler Adams, who now, by the way, holds the all-time scoring or rushing mark, in Western North Carolina, and of course in the conference, or he's going for the Western North Carolina record, the conference record. He's got that for sure now. 1st and 10, Chase Calhoun to get a touch. He'll pile forward about 6 or 7 yards.
Senior Chase Calhoun.
We're going to mark him down at the 36. Josh Collins and Uford on the tackle.
Gain of 8 on the play brings up 2nd and 2 for the Black Knights in the Maroon Devil 36.
And the Knights get 8 yards out of Chase Calhoun. 2nd down and 2 to go. Glad you're with us for the best seat in the house, fans, right here on GramstarSports.com. Hand off to Cutler Adams. He bounces off a tackle. Round the left side, tackled, pressured out of bounds by Gillespie.
31-yard line of the Maroon Devils.
5-yard gain will do the trick.
Winchester, 1st and 10, Black Knights.
So the Knights with 2 first down conversions already here in the opening quarter. First and 10 now at the 31-yard line. And Chase Calhoun, a powerful athlete, to take down number 79, L.D. LeClaire. Gain of about
Forward progress, Matt Martin,
3,
7-yard line.
maybe 4 yards, excuse me.
Gain 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6 for the Black Knights.
I'll give credit to Collins and LeClaire up here in the press box. Calhoun, you see, jogging off. And we got a whistle on the field. We've got looks like a player's got some blood on him for the Devils, so sub will have to come in. It brings up 2nd and 6 at the 27. Second down and 6 to go at the 27, 9:15 to play in the first quarter. Handoff to
number 4, senior Cutler Adams on the carry.
Cutler Adams.
Taking down by number 13, Josiah Gillespie.
13 and 79. That's Gillespie and LeClaire on the tag team effort.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 now for Robbinsville. Lingering ever close to the red zone of the Maroon Devils here on the first drive of the 3rd round of the state playoffs. We're glad you're with us here on GramStarSports.com. Pass complete.
Pass complete, close to the 20-yard line. Forward progress, taking down number 10, Deontay Graham.
That was number 15, Roman Jones.
Pass complete.
And it's going to be close to a first down. It is going to be enough. And the Devils are livid about that on the sideline. Chains will move despite the pleas of the Devils coaching staff. It's 6 yards, and it's a fresh set of downs. Roman Jones got all he needed to move the chains, and now Cutler Adams straight up the middle. Tackle made by Ufert. Pickup of 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Swain, County 18. And that is a 5-yard penalty that'll give the Knights a fresh set of downs. Stand corrected, only 5 yards on that. My mistake. I thought they were closer. Robbinsville now chilling at the 13 with 7:34 to play here in the first quarter. Hand off to Cutler Adams.
Number 4, senior Cutler Adams.
He dumps into the middle. Number 3, Joshua Collins on the tackle. No gain on the run. Collins stops him in his tracks. 3rd and 2 at the 13-yard line. 6:58 to play. Clock running. Pitch to Cutler Adams. Collins wrangles into the ground. And we'll see where they end up calling it. Collins on the stop.
For the White Knights, 4th and 1 for the White Knights.
So a gain of 1, and oh boy, is it crunch time for Robbinsville. 4th and 1 to go at the 12-yard line.
It's 4th down, football fans. Let's hear it for your team.
Knights scramble to the huddle. They'll pile across. I think they've got it. See who's on the carry. Cage Williams.
33 senior Cage Williams on the carry for the Black Knights.
That's a good call to get Cage in that situation. And the Knights move the chains. It's 2 yards. It's first down. 6:10 to play here in the first quarter.
First and goal.
Knights have had the ball since the opening whistle. That time Adams caught hard in the backfield.
Senior Cutler Adams taken down for a loss in the Black.
Number 50 on the tackle. 58, excuse me. .57, I guess, on the tackle. Lewis on the stop. So the last effort negated.
Goal at the 12 for the Black Knights.
5:24 to play. Carpenter rolls out to his right. Pass complete to Chase Calhoun. Inside the 5. He's tackled. Speared to the ground by number 23. That's Skeet Cook on the tackle. Nine yards on the reception. And the Knights are knocking on the Devils' door here in the first quarter.
It's third down, Black Knight fans. How are you? What you making now? Sure. I got a truck I need to get moved. Okay. It's over here on Knox. It's a 2011 Ford.
Carpenter to Adams. He'll dive through, gets a couple, but he stops short of the mark.
Number 4, senior Cutler Adams on the carry for the Black Knights. Take it down on the play, number 33, Lucas Sutton. Number 59, Insay Ufert.
And Sutton.
Goal.
And it looks like the Knights are going to take a moment to think things over right here below us. With 4:13 to play in the first quarter, we'll be right back here on the Grimstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley and the irreplaceable Audrey Colvin with you from the Big Oaks. First round of the state playoffs, second round of the state playoffs, third round, fourth, fifth. We'll be here till the state championship if the Knights will let us stay on the air. And they're on their way right now. They have methodically worked their way downfield to the Devils' 1 yard line. Carpenter rolls out. He's going to dive in. And we've got officials and players and everybody signaling one way or the other. They're going to say they stopped him just about maybe an inch shy of the goal line. Wow-wee.
Makes the big stop.
Boy, is that a huge stop or what for Swain County. Holy tamale. 4:04 to play. The Knights drive downfield for 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Cannot get the job done. Stopped at the goal line. That's a huge stand for the Devils. But now, here's the variable, fans. It's time for Swain to take over with their end zone right behind them. Wow, what a stop. Carpenter tried his darndest, could not get across the plane. 1st and 10 at the 1. Pitch goes to Josh Collins. He'll get out of the end zone easily enough. Zeke Silvers will wrap him up around the, looks like the 18-yard line.
Pitch goes around the right side for the Maroon Devils. On the 1 on the carry.
3 on the carry.
Collins around the right side for the Maroon Devils. Gives him 3.
Well, Collins gave him a lot of space there. That'll work. 1st and 10 at the 18, a 17-yard run. Collins showing why he's one of the top running backs in Western North Carolina. Zeke Silvers tackles him after a 17-yard gain, and they'll pitch it to Glaspie now. Tackle made that time by Zeke Silvers again. Chase Calhoun with the assist. So pick up a 4, it looks like, for Glaspie.
Brings up 2nd and 7 against the Black Knight defense.
A gain of 3, my apologies. No score with 3:04 to play here in the first quarter. And Joshua Collins will get stopped quickly by Cage Williams and Zeke Silvers that time.
Number 54, Dylan Inslee. Number 33, senior Cage Williams on the tackle.
1 yard gain. Makes it 3rd down and 6. They're going to give the credit to Mr. Inslee and Cage Williams. My apologies. Dylan Inslee's first tackle of the ball game. Crowd just roaring down here below us. There's not a bit of silence to be heard in this stadium. Pitch from Reese Winchester will go to Glaspie around the left side. He's got some good blocking. He's still on his feet. He's up the sideline. Cutler Adams will drop him at long last all the way out at the 25-yard line. What a run by Glaspie. It is a pickup of 52 yards, and it's a first down for the Devils. Cutler Adams showing why he was in the top 8 in the state last year in the 100-meter dash to run him down. And with 2 minutes to go, the Devils have all the momentum in the world after that goal line stop, and now this push downfield. Collins on the carry. Tripped up and tackled by Zeke Silvers. The ball came loose, but they're going to say he was already down.
Senior Zeke Silvers on the tackle for the Black Knights.
6-yard gain. Zeke Silvers leading the way tonight with tackles already. He's got 3 to his credit, 2 solo. And it's 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard pickup. Fumble actually helped the cause a little bit for Swain County. Knights are reeling. And there's a tackle in the backfield by Tanner Hedden. Number 7, James Stroman. And I believe the Devils may have just called a timeout. We'll see. Maybe not. I saw the coach conferring with an official. I thought he was for sure stopping the clock there, but doesn't appear as though. It's a holding call against the Devils. Well, that'll work. You're a Black Knight. If you're a Maroon Devil, cheer appropriately. 10-yard from the spot of the foul, make it 2nd down and 12 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 12 against the Black Knight defense. Left side moves every time.
And Winchester thought about pitching it, changed his mind, tries to go up the middle. Bryce Adams and Quinn Jumper helped to stop him. Gain of 3.
Brings up 3rd and 8 against the White Knight defense.
So that holding penalty is huge. 26 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
It's 3rd down, White Knight fans.
What do you say? Take up, bowl away. Somewhere Giles is smiling. We're going to miss him for sure at these games. Final play of the first quarter. It's a stop for a loss. How about Chase Calhoun's dropping Glaspie? Clock expires. We'll go to the second, fans. No score here in a raucous Robbinsville. You're watching the Grim Star Sports Network. We're back for the second quarter, fans. Welcome to Robbinsville. Welcome to the Grim Star Sports Network. No score here in the 3rd round of the state playoffs. 4th and 11, and the Devils are going to go for it at the Knights 32. Collins dropped back at quarterback, but a flag may deter the proceedings. False start on the Maroon Devils. Robbinsville will defend it now 3rd and 16. The Devils with 4 penalties already in the ball game. Robbinsville has been squeaky clean so far. 4th down and 16 to go. And whistles everywhere. 12 on the clock, so we'll have to reset the clock to the start of the second quarter. And we got it reset, so they're going to say no time expired. Obviously, it's a dead ball penalty, so reset the clock. 4th and 16 for the Maroon Devils. Looks like they're going to line up with the same play. Winchester goes wide. Collins at quarterback. So some chicanery coming. Collins can throw the ball if he has to. He fires it. Complete. Nobody to stop Winchester. Touchdown, Swain County. And the Devils' corner of the end zone is fired up. On 4th and 16 is a 37-yard touchdown pass for Swain County. The Devils strike first. So how about the misdirection? Collins to Winchester for the 37-yard touchdown pass. So the Maroon Devils strike first here tonight. And the conversion run, not going to work. Are they settling that it was in? So it was in. Okay, my mistake. I thought they stopped him. My apologies. 11:49 to play in the first half, fans. It's 8-0 Maroon Devils here on GramStarSports.com. Kevin Inslee and Audrey Colvin bringing you tonight's telecast of Robbinsville varsity football. You're watching the third round of the state playoffs here on the GramStar Sports Network. It is now 8-0 Maroon Devils after a 37-yard touchdown pass from Josh Collins to Reese Winchester. Yes, you heard me right on that. Quinn Jumper piles ahead to the 50, and he'll get stopped. Tackle made by number 32. That is Mason Cochran for the Devils. And a short kickoff, so Robbinsville will begin things first at the 47-yard line.
First and 10, Black Knights. Number 33, Paige Williams on the carry for the White Knights. Tackle led by number 79, LD Luquire.
So LD Luquire on the tackle. Paige Williams.
Loss of a yard on the play brings up 2nd and 11 for the White Knights.
Luquire, on the stop. 2nd down and 11 at the 46.
Off the right side, number 4 senior
Cutler Adams powers ahead.
Led by number 57, Brady Lewis for the Maroon Devils. Black Knights move ball into Maroon Devil territory.
They're on the Devils side of the 50.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
About 3rd and 5 to go.
It's 3rd down, Black Knight fans. If we get 5, though, snap. Dead ball foul, false start against the Black Knights. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, so the first penalty of the ball game for Robbinsville.
5-yard penalty puts the Black Knights back at the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Black Knights.
Knights back where they began at the 47. Appreciate you all being with us here on GramStarSports.com. Carpenter loose with some real estate. He's going to try to make something happen, and that's going to be a costly penalty. Number 32, Mason Cochran, ripping him out of bounds, but that is going to be a costly tackle for the Devils. There's going to be a face mask, 15 yards from the spot of the foul, and Robbinsville will gladly take the freebie. Thank you very much. All the way up to the 33-yard line.
33-yard line. 1st and 10, Black Knights.
And Robbinsville now getting ever closer. Remember, they made it to the 1 on their first drive. But we're stopped. And a run up the middle, nice game by Cutler Adams. That was Nisei Ufert.
For the Maroon Devils. Yeah, he did. I don't blame you.
Gain of 8. And Cutler Adams having a little trouble grabbing his oxygen. 263-pound lineman falls on top of him. That's going to happen. It's 8 yards. Ufert tackle. 2nd and 2 for the Knights. 9:30 to play in the second quarter. And there's Chase Calhoun.
Chase Calhoun on the carry.
And I don't think anyone was looking for that. Calhoun explodes out of the box. Runs about 13 yards. That's what they needed. That's plenty for a Maroon Devil or a Black Knights first down, excuse me.
1st and 10, Black Knights. Maroon Devils.
Devils will pause things with 9:12 to play in the second quarter. We'll be right back, fans, here on GramstarSports.com. Back live from Big Oak Stadium, tucked here in the beautiful Graham County in the West North Carolina mountains. Good to have you with us on the Gramstar Sports Network. 1st and 10 for Robbinsville at the 12-yard line. You're watching the third round of the state playoffs. Knights and Devils, Smoky Mountain Conference teams clashing for a shot at the Elite Eight.
The 7-yard line of the Swain County Maroon Devils. Number 3, Joshua Collins. Number 32.
Joshua Collins and Mason Cochran on the tackle. 5-yard gain for Mr. Williams.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He's 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line. These two programs met in the conference title game coming up at halftime. We will go back and relive some highlights from that extraordinary matchup here just a few weeks ago. Cutler Adams straight ahead and dropped. Number 33, Lucas Sutton on the stop. All the way up to the 5. That's a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 from the 5.
Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Black Knights. It's 3rd down.
Knights got to the 1 last time. Let's see if they can break the threshold on this occasion. It won't be like carrying them across the fold or nothing, but we'll see what happens. Carpenter loses the ball. And we have some serious pleading going on by the Black Knights. They're going to say Robbinsville held on to it. Oh, my, my. Boy, the Devils erupted over on the sideline. You saw the fans in the background just explode.
And the Black Knights retain possession.
So the Knights catch a huge break, maintaining possession. And once again, it's 4th and short at the 2-yard line, 3-yard gain. Robbinsville in, stacks the box. Touchdown, Black Knights. Chase Calhoun pokes through for a 2-yard touchdown run. And with 7:18 to play here in the second quarter, we have an 8-6 ball game, fans. Oh, baby.
For the two-point conversion. Fighting over the ball.
It's going to be a dogfight all night. No doubt about it. Conversion time. This could tie it. Carpenter pokes in. He's got it. That's all he needed. Spikes the ball as he runs away. And we'll head to the break. 8-8 is your score. We're back where we started here on GramStarSports.com. 8-8 in the second quarter as we welcome you back live to Robbinsville High School. Murphy and Mount Airy are tied 7-7. That's another game we're keeping an eye on. The only other conference school left in the postseason dance. Dalton Wiggins with the kickoff for Robbinsville. It goes out of bounds. Or a fair catch made, excuse me. Thought the ball bounced out of bounds. My apologies. Keontae Graham on the snag. And they're going to set the ball, looks like, at the 29-yard line. So we're back to where we started. It's 8-8 here in the second quarter. Josiah Glaspie on the left side. Dropped by your Gramstar / Farm Bureau Athlete of the Week, Bryce Adams. Thank you very much. Nice profile on him on our Facebook page. And, of course, recognition in the beloved Graham Star, Graham County's hometown newspaper since 1955. Loss of 1. Second down and 11 for the Devils.
This way.
Flag at the, or behind the line of scrimmage, excuse me.
Holding call against Maroon Devils.
Devils were holding on for dear life, and they're going to pay for it. Way too loud.
I like it. Good. 18-yard line. Their own 18-yard line brings up second down.
It's second down and Topoka to go from the 18-yard line here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Pass downfield picked. Nice interruption, if you'll have it, by Darian Ledbetter. Pass was intended for Glaspie, and it was a beauty, but Ledbetter had other ideas.
Brings up 3rd and 21 against the Black Knight defense. It's 3rd down, Black Knight fans.
Third and 21. Winchester gets, or excuse me, that's Collins, I beg your pardon. Out of the pocket, pass complete. What a beautiful pass downfield to Keontae Graham. Zeke Silvers with the tackle. Devils do it again on a big chance to squash the defense of the Black Knights. Cannot do it.
1st and 10 against the Black Knight defense.
All the way out to the 32-yard line. 47-yard completion as 1st and 10. Pitch goes to Collins. Met in the backfield by Robin Jones. Roman Jones and Donovan Carpenter helping out the cause. It is going to be a loss of 5. It'll be second down and 15.
Black Knight defense.
5:50 to play here in the second quarter. They're going to mark it to 36, so it's a 4-yard loss. I'll stand corrected on Joshua Collins. And it is going to be a false start on the Devils. Boy, Swain has really probably cost themselves at least another touchdown in penalty yards here in the first half on just small disciplinary errors like that. 2nd and 19 at the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 19 against the Black Knight defense.
Pass fired, almost picked off by Bryce Adams. Boy, he is not thrilled with the results. Bryce Adams just pummeled his fist on the ground.
Brings up 3rd and 19.
Intended target, I believe, was number 6 for the Devils. That's Zeke Glaspie. And it's once again 3rd and long for the Devils. They have thrived in this environment here in the first half. The Knights secondary has been shaky, to say the very least. Right to Joshua Collins. He is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Kellen Inslee, Chase Calhoun, and Mr. Quinn Jumper.
Number 2, senior Chase Calhoun. Number 12, Quinn Jumper on the tackle for the Black Knights.
Led the tackle. Kellen Inslee. Kellen led the tackle.
4th and long, and the Devils will have to punt. Keller Adams wrangles it in at the 10 over his shoulder. Flag comes out. Adams still on his feet, finally tackled. 2 penalty flags. Everybody gets a penalty flag. Boy, the Devils were dropped way back. That was Josh Collins. That was the quarterback. He sustained a big loss. That punt will, of course, now we'll have to sort out a laundry on the field. 4:52 to play in the second quarter. There's a flag behind the reception. There's a flag at the hashes. And it's going to be a personal foul. It is helmet to helmet against Robbinsville. And that'll be assessed, well, here. And the Black Knights, faithful, rise to their feet in disgust. But it happened. So, on the punt,
1st and 10, Black Knights.
Robbinsville will have to start way back at its own 6-yard line. 94 yards to go. Reminder, Swain County will get the ball back to begin the third quarter. Cutler Adams pulled down and tackled.
Adams on the carry for the Black Knights.
Out of our purview.
Taking down with number 13, Josiah Gillespie. 1st and 10, Black Knights.
And they get plenty.
To the 8-yard line, 18-yard line.
12-yard gain for Cutler Adams. As we said, the all-time rushing leader now in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Robbinsville High School, of course. And he's knocking on the door of Manny DeShouters, who went to Brevard and was at 6,632 when he retired his Blue Devils jersey in 99.
And once again, number 4 senior Cutler Adams.
We're doing the math to keep it up with it weekly in the Graham Star. So if you're not reading our core product, the Graham Star, we have a print edition. We have an online presence as well. Electronic edition comes out each week. Our website updates as well every week with the top stories from the Graham Star. We're looking at going to an audio format soon for a podcast as well. See how that shakes out. 2-yard gain makes it 2nd and 8 from the 20. We're keeping track of all the greatest Knights coverage around. And, of course, the best news coverage of Graham County, North Carolina you'll find anywhere. Moscato's on the tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Pickup of 3.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the White Knights.
3:23 to play. Knights are moving along at the 23-yard line.
It's 1st down, Black Knight fans.
Bryce Adams with a big reception. How about that? Josiah Glaspie wrangles it in. 13-yard completion. 1st and 10, Black Knights. Bryce Adams with the reception. And the Knights move the chains. Robbinsville has all 3 of its timeouts. No, it's not correct. They've got 2 timeouts remaining in the first half.
Penalty flags before the play. Headball foul.
False start against the Knights. Backs them up to the 31. It'll be 1st and 15. .230 to play. Carpenter rolls. He'll fire downfield. Incomplete. Ledbetter trying to cut.
Quarterback number 11, senior Donovan Carpenter's pass falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 15 for the White Knights.
So long pitch downfield goes incomplete. Reese Winchester and Josh Collins were there just in case. And it brings up 2nd down and 15. Carpenter drops back. Picked off. Oh, my goodness. Number 59. Boy, Uford with a game-changing play here on the Graham Star Sports Network. What about that? 31-yard interception return for the big lineman, Nisei Uford. Oh, my. The junior linebacker just changed this ball game. A 31-yard pick six by a 273-pound lineman. And that is not what the Knights had in mind. Conversion run by Collins will be good. And we'll step aside while the Knights gather their bearings. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. It's 16-8 in favor of the Maroon Devils. Boy, just when Robbinsville thinks it has all the answers, the Devils have changed the questions. A 31-yard pick six by Nisei Uford. And a conversion run will make it 16-8. Devils are in the driver's seat here on GrahamStarSports.com. Low kickoff retrieved by Darian Ledbetter. He'll get stopped at the 43-yard line. And that's where the Knights will set up shop. Deflated, to say the very least. Another reminder, of course, the Devils will get the ball back to begin the second half of play.
First and 10, Black Knights.
Pass complete to Bryce Adams. And he'll get out to midfield. Tackled by Lucas Sutton.
Gain of 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 4 for the White Knights.
Yeah, but really slow too. That's how it got there.
Bryce Adams back-to-back receptions.
Steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Swain County Maroon Devils. First and 10, Black Knights.
Knights are moving the ball on this series. That's good to see. Knights have got to do something to try and make this an even stage before we go into the locker room. Coming up at halftime, fans, as we mentioned, we'll show you highlights from the last time these two teams met, which was just 3 weeks ago in the Smoky Mountain Conference title game. And we will also let you enjoy the Robbinsville Black Knight Marching Band. Short pass complete. Curl route by Mr. Calhoun. They never brought him down. They just had to wrangle him out of bounds. So Collins and Winchester on the stop.
Black Knights move the ball down to the 33-yard line. 6-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 4 for the Black Knights.
6-yard gain for Chase Calhoun. Brings up 2nd down and 4 for Robbinsville. 1:08 to play. Both teams do have 2 timeouts remaining. I'm sure the Knights will be burning one here in a short. Carpenter's pass complete to Roman Jones. And he's hit hard, dropped to the ground by number 57, Grady Lewis.
First and 10, Black Knights.
Carpenter rolls out to the right now. First and 10, Black Knights. He dives, gets a few yards. And looks like the Black Knights have called timeout number dose here in the second quarter. Devils lead with 34 seconds to play here in the first half. Back live, fans from under the big oaks. Kevin Hensley and Audrey Colvin with you on the Gramstar Sports Network. Knights are desperately trying to get moved into the end zone one last time before we go to the break. Pass complete to Bryce Adams. He's tackled by Josiah Glaspie. Brandon Frost coming in for the assist. And the ball is set with 25 seconds to play. Knights are going to spike it to buy more time. Robbinsville does have one more timeout remaining, but now that'll reset the play clock. That pass to Adams was enough for another first down. So the Knights will have to set up now at the, looks like the 12-yard line. 16-8 Maroon Devils here in the third round of the state playoffs. And boy, is it packed here in Graham County tonight. Donovan Carpenter under pressure. Pass complete to Roman Jones. He's up to 5. And wrapped up inside the 5. And the pass gets him up to the 6-yard line. So that's going to make it about 3rd and 4 to go, I believe, for... Should be 3rd and 4 at the 6. 13 seconds to play in the first half. Well, I wish all of you were with us, but we're glad you're with us on GramStarSports.com. Carpenter drops back, fires, incomplete. Intended target was Cutler Adams. And the clock stops again. 7.9 to play. It's fourth down now for Robbinsville. And D. Walsh is calling for the final timeout of the half for the Black Knights. Stay with us, fans. We'll see how the first half ends here in just a short. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. 4th and 4 to go. Robbinsville camped out to 6 and wanting to get 6 yards inward. We'll see what happens here on the final Robbinsville play, I believe, of the first half. Whistles blow it dead. The Maroon Devils are instead going to take their second time out of the half. They've got one remaining with 7.9 to go. We're just going to stay with it live here in Robbinsville. A capacity crowd on hand, as we said, here in the third round of the state playoffs. Robbinsville, the 1 seed here in the postseason. They are 11-1 this year. The Maroon Devils also 11-1. The only blemish on the Devils' record came just a few weeks ago when Robbinsville beat them for the conference championship right here under the Big Oaks. 14-8 final score. We'll relive the scoring highlights of that one when we go to our break here in just a short. Murphy is trailing Mount Airy 21-13 in the second quarter right now. That's your other conference team still left in the dance. We'll check on the winner of this game playing North Rowan and Mountain Heritage. We'll check that score if we can track one down during the break as well. Pass is complete to Bryce Adams. Black Knights have got it. Bryce Adams reels in a 6-yard touchdown pass here on the Gramstar Sports Network. But hold everything. There is a flag on the play. Oh, my. That could be killer for Robbinsville. It's a block. There's pass interference on Robbinsville. So it'll be offensive pass interference. That's an interesting call to have to make. So that negates the touchdown. The Knights will have to try it again now, even further back. Well, what a break for Swain County. That would have cut it to a 2-point lead for the Devils before the conversion. And the Black Knight faithful not happy below us about that call. And the pass is intercepted, I believe. No, I was going to say it's incomplete in the end zone. And that takes us to the break. Coverage by Josh Collins. The intended target was Robbinsville. Trying to see him as he comes out from underneath the platform as Bryce Adams again. Well, the cards have not fallen in Robbinsville's favor so far here in the first half. And we'll try to repivot here on GramstarSports.com during the break. I'm sure. How you doing, fans? Kevin Hensley with you here on GramstarSports.com. What an interesting first half that you've just witnessed here tonight. Of course, the Black Knights are hosting the third round of state playoffs as the 1 seed. They'll host all the way to the state championship if everything lines up. And after the first half we just saw, it's going to be a crapshoot down the stretch. Swain County leading 16-8 at the break. We'll
Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. Jig 2 featuring senior tenor player Mr. Drake Hyde. Shouted out by Dallas Austin. After thank you, Black Knight Marching Band. Go Black Knights. $826,080. There you go, man. 1,670.
You deserve it, though. Put it in the church thing.
Yep, make sure it is.
Church bucket.
Yeah.
Robbinsville warming up in the end zone. You see them getting loose again from the break. I'm sure they got a, well, rather motivational speech in the locker room to say the very least. Well, let's go back to what happened 3 weeks ago right here under the Big Oaks. We're really living with you live and in living color. You see the stadium was just as packed. I'd say way more packed here tonight. Smoky Mountain Conference title game, Cutler Adams scoring the first touchdown of the ball game. That happened in the early moments of the second quarter. Robbinsville led 8-0 after the conversion, but it all changed a few minutes later, just before halftime. Donovan Carpenter fires a pick to Josiah Glaspie. He returns it all the way to the house. He'll weave through traffic and eventually get there, running it all the way back to the north end zone, and that tied it up 8-all just before halftime. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, though. Cutler Adams runs it all the way back in the third quarter, 102 yards to the house. It's a 14-8 final score, but the Knights will trot back out on the field. Now remember, just a quick reminder, Swain County gets the ball back to begin the third quarter, and if you're Robbinsville, you basically have got to stop the Devils here to have any hope of a rally, and we've seen that that is very possible. Knights almost scored in the end of the second quarter. These two teams no stranger to the playoffs. Robbinsville, since 1969, has won 86 playoff games. They're 86-31. Swain County, since 1972, 97-33. And you'll talk about consistency. Ever wonder why the conference champion from the Smoky Mountain Conference gets the number one seed? Well, here's why. Robbinsville has won 14 state titles. Murphy has won 11, including 2 in the 2A classification. Swain County's won 7. Cherokee has won from 2017. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. The kickoff is up. The third quarter is underway here at the 20-yard line. The kickoff is wrangled in by James Stroman for the Maroon Devils. And a penalty flag comes out at the end of the play.
Tackle led by number 8, Caden Lale for the White Knights.
Caden Lale on the tackle. And they're getting the laundry sorted out on the kickoff. And we'll see what they're going to call here. It is going to be personal foul against Robbinsville. And that will be assessed. So the Devils will take the free gift.
To begin the second half.
Since 1969, there have been 54 years of state championship games in the state of North Carolina. Robbinsville, Swain, Cherokee, Murphy, Rosman have all reached the dance. Rosman, of course, was part of the conference 20-something years. 42 times, so that's a 78% of the time a Smoky Mountain Conference title winner has reached the championship game in the state of North Carolina. Joshua Collins straight ahead. Bryce Adams on the tackle. And that's how we begin things. A 2-yard gain right at midfield. Unlike the fans that broke out those patented vuvuzelas from the World Cup a few years ago.
And from the middle, number 13,
Josiah Glaspie on the carry for the Maroon Devils.
Number 72, Titan Tisteski. Number 55, senior Colson Dooley on the tackle.
Titan Tisteski and Cole Sanduli on the tackle. Gain of 5. I think Lyman making the drop. Devils have done a good job of penetrating that line. There have been very few tackles made by linemen tonight. It's actually been more of the middle linebackers, the secondary, of course, all making stops. 33 with 10:37 to play here in the third quarter. Collins on the carry. Cooper Adams stops him in the open field, but he gets more than enough to move the chains. It's 10 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for the Devils. And you know, with it being Robbinsville Swain, I'd be hard-pressed to believe the Black Knights are going to do anything like give up in this ball game. They're going to play till the final snap.
Inside, number 13,
Glaspie got stuffed. Chase Calhoun on the initial stuffing. So Cutler Adams and Chase Calhoun break out their taxidermy skills. Loss of 1 makes it 2nd down and 11.
Number 3, Joshua Collins on the carry for the Maroon Devils.
Looks like the last update we have on North Rowan and Mountain Heritage.
72, Titan Tisteski.
The Spartans are leading Mountain Heritage 28-26. And that update came from the second quarter.
Black Knights push back just outside their own 32-yard line.
2-yard gain. Or 3-yard gain, I beg your pardon.
Brings up 3rd and 8 against the White Knight defense.
And it's 3rd down and 8 to go. And that'll be Josiah Glaspie penetrating the line. He's loose. They're not going to stop him. It's a 33-yard touchdown run for Josiah Glaspie. Oh, boy. And needless to say, the Devils faithful are fired up. And it's eerily silent on the home side of the field.
33-yard touchdown run for the Maroon Devils, and they line up for the 2-point conversion.
33-yard touchdown run. Glaspie just shot right through the line. And you see the end result, 22-8 in favor of the Devils. Handoff goes to Glaspie again. He'll get in there for the conversion.
Joshua Collins for the 2-point conversion for the Maroon Devils.
Stand corrected. It was Mr. Collins on the conversion run. My apologies. 24-8 now. Swain County has opened up a 2-score lead. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville. 24-8 your score with 8:23 to play here in the third quarter. Kickoff coming, and it's a low one. It'll skip a couple of beats at the 22. Chase Calhoun will wrangle it in, and he gets almost up to midfield. He's met by a host of Devils, and that fires up the Robbinsville faithful. Good to see the fire has not went away.
47-yard line of the Swain Maroon Devils. Going to be marked at the 48-yard line.
Ball's at the 48 as saliva blares out. Thank you, Drew, here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
Number 9, Bridget Lanning. Number 32, Mason Cochran on the tackle. First and 10, Black Knights.
Odd to see the Knights battling from underneath. Pass incomplete. Boy, intended target was Bryce Adams. Reese Winchester just missed an interception.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Black Knights.
2nd and 10 now. At the Devils' 48.
Senior Donovan Carpenter on the keeper around the right side. 33.
That was on me.
Sutton on the tackle for the Maroon Devils. Black Knights move the ball down to the 44-yard line of the Swain County Maroon Devils. Third and 6 for the Black Knights.
3rd and 6.
It's third down, Black Knight fans.
Handoff goes to Cutler Adams. And he did not get as far as he wanted to, obviously. About 3 yards.
Black Knights move the ball down to the 42-yard line. Brings up 4th down for the Black Knights.
About 4th and 3 or 4, it looks like. We'll call it a long 3.
Yeah. It's 4th down, football fans. Let's hear it for your team.
Pass complete to Chase Calhoun. I believe he got it.
Number 2, senior Chase Calhoun takes the ball down to the 30-yard line of the Swain County Maroon Devils.
May have been what was needed.
Tackle by number 57, Grady Lewis. Number 13, Josiah Glaspie. 1st and 10, Black Knights.
And I'll move the chains. That's what Robbinsville needed. Cutler Adams on the carry.
Number 13, Josiah Glaspie. Gain of 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Black Knights. Black Knights have the ball at the Swain County 30-yard line.
.548 to play here in the third quarter. Chase Calhoun met practically at the line of scrimmage.
Number 2, senior Chase Calhoun on the carry for the Black Knights. Tackle led by number 57, Grady Lewis. Number 3, Joshua Collins.
Joshua Collins and Grady Lewis. It's a 1-yard loss.
It's third down, Black Knight fans.
Mount Airy beating Murphy 36-19 at halftime. That's the last update we have on that game. Pass complete to Darian Ledbetter. And that'll move the chains again. There's still hope out there for Robbinsville.
Josiah Gillespie.
Gillespie on the tackle.
1st and 10, Black Knights. Ball sits at the Maroon Devil 22-yard line.
Knights now at the 22. Handoff goes to Cutler Adams. He's loose. Left up at the last moment by Gillespie, though. Saved a touchdown.
1st and goal, Black Knights.
Those 1st and goals are at the 8 and the 9-yard line. That's what's happening. He didn't use them.
Handoff to Adams again.
See, look. He ran into his own
Number 4, senior Cutler Adams on the carry off the left side.
And it is number 33, Lucas Sutton, on the tackle.
Gain of a yard on the play.
1 yard pickup.
Ball sits at the 7-yard line, brings up 2nd and goal for the Black Knights.
But slant.
Number 2, senior Chase Calhoun on the carry off the right side for the Black Knights. Takes the ball down to the 2-yard line. Number 33, Lucas Sutton. Number 32, Mason Cochran on the tackle for the Maroon Devils. Official timeout on the field.
And it looks like number 79, that's Luke Wire, kind of limping off the field on his own power. That's good to see, of course.
Injured Maroon Devil helped off the field.
Brings up 3rd down and 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd and goal for the Black Knights at the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down, Black Knight fans.
And the Robbinsville fans getting on their feet. Here's Cutler Adams cutting into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Black Knights. 2-yard touchdown run comes with 3:09 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Knights have cut it down to a 10-point deficit.
And the Black Knights will line up for the 2-point conversion.
So it's a nice come up with here. Trying to cut it down to a 1-score game. Pitch to Adams will work. That drew him off what they needed. Adams run. Adams converts. It's 24-16. Stay with us, fans, here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
Kick the ball off for the Black Knights.
We're back, and we got a ball game once again, fans. 24-16 in favor of Swain County. Black Knights have cut it down to 8 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And it's a kickoff that takes an interesting bounce. It is number 16 that recovers it. Andrew Cody, sophomore for the Devils, recovers the kickoff. And
covers the kickoff for the Maroon Devils.
we've got an injured Black Knight down on the field at the point of kickoff, and we'll step aside while they check on him. Back in just a moment on GramstarSports.com. So it looks like it was Zeke Silver that was shaken up on the play for Robbinsville. He gets up and is helped up to the sideline. Alan Smallwood's checking on him now, trainer for the Black Knights. And we're back to live action. Cage Williams with a big stop in the backfield of Joshua Collins. Boy, Collins went nowhere. It's a 3-yard loss, 2nd and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play brings up 2nd and 13 against the Black Knight defense.
Number 3 is tackled for a 3-yard loss by number 33. Can't make this stuff up, folks. 2nd and 13 at the 19-yard line. Knights obviously fired up after the score, wanting to get back into this ball game. Devils looking to stymie the effort. That's a nice, graceful stumble by Glaspie, but it works. Whatever works, right? Colson Dooley will trip him up as he tried to break loose. It's pickup of 8, makes it 3rd down and 5.
8 on the play, brings up 3rd and 5 against the White Knight defense. It's 3rd down, White Knight fans.
2 minutes to play. And there's the shimmy. Ball's loose.
Quarterback number 5.
I think the Devils got a hold of it, actually. And they did.
The 35-yard line.
Number 82, Brandon Frost, helping them avoid disaster.
1st and 10 against the White Knight defense.
And the Black Knights could not requisition the ball. It's ultimately a 9-yard game when it's all said and done. And the Devils have it 1st and 10 now at the 36-yard line. 1:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. Glaspie on the carry. Tackled by Bryce Adams and Titan T. Sateski.
Tackled on the play by number 72, Titan T. Sateski, and number 6, Bryce Adams.
Gain of 4 on the play makes it 2nd down and 6 to go.
2nd and 6 against the Black Knight defense.
As the clock dips under the 1-minute mark, I want to remind you fans, Knights win tonight, and you can join us next week for round 4. And if we get that far, it'll be an Audrey Colvin production, so look out. We're giving you a warning a week in advance. Flag on the play. All start on the Devils. And the Knights will take that, but you know, the Devils have done a great job of responding all night to penalties. 2nd down and about 11 to go at the 35-yard line. "20 seconds to play. Reese Winchester calls for the snap. He'll get it and hand it off immediately to Glaspie. Around the left side and punched out of bounds. Maroon Devils faithful jumping to their feet.
That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Your 3rd quarter score, Robbinsville 16, Swain County 24.
Welcome back, fans. 4th quarter underway here on the Gramstar Sports Network.
Quarterback number 5, Reese Winchester, covers the loose ball for the Maroon Devils.
Reese Winchester recovers the loose football.
Brings up 4th down for the Maroon Devils. 4th and 4 against the White Knight defense. For corners. 16. Three.
So it's a punt coming for the Devils. It's a fake punt, and the Knights are ready for it. How about that? Kellen Inslee, Cooper Adams, Titan Tisatiski, Isaac Collins.
Short of the 1st down, Black Knights take over and downs.
Fake punt. Risky call as we begin the 4th quarter.
First and 10, Black Knights.
Knights have got the ball back. Cutler Adams caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Taken down by number 23, Steve Cook. And number 57, Grady Lewis. Complete on the play.
Pass complete. Dante Graham on the tackle.
1st and 10, Black Knights.
All right, guys, we're still recording. We are live, but we are without internet at the moment. I'm sorry. We're trying to get that troubleshot as quick as we can.
Number 4, senior Cutler Adams on the carry for the Black Knights. Takes the ball down to the 30, make that 28-yard line. Number 33, Lucas Sutton. Number 32, Mason Cochran on the tackle.
Cochran on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Black Knights.
2nd and 5 now for Robbinsville.
Number 4, senior Cutler Adams takes the ball down to the
Cutler Adams runs all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Taken down by number 3, Joshua Collins. Brings up 3rd and 2 for the Black Knights.
3rd and 2 now for Robbinsville at the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Cutler Adams is loose. He gets down to the 6-yard line. Oh, my.
And goal, Black Knights. They marked it at the 7, my bad.
Ball marked at the 7-yard line.
It's marked at the 7-yard line. Number 4, senior Cutler Adams on the carry. Number 33, Lucas Sutton. Number 57, Grady Lewis on the tackle for the Maroon Devils.
Knots are threatening.
Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line for the Black Knights.
As we apologize, looks like we lost our stream for just a moment. We're back up with you and live from Robbinsville. The internet went down in the press box, and, well, again, we have no control over that. We sincerely apologize. That was not expected, to say the least. Chase Calhoun wrapped up at the 5. The Knights are driving after stopping a fake punt by the Devils at midfield. And you see the end result. Official timeout on the field. Chase Calhoun up on his feet. He'll have to come off for a play, it looks like.
Still at the 4, looks like.
They haven't dropped the ball yet, I don't think. Should be the 4-yard line. It is.
Brings up 3rd and goal for the Black Knights.
Again, fans, we apologize for the interruption. Can't produce internet in this world. All we can do is use what we've got available.
3rd down, Black Knight fans.
Not sure what happened. But we're here, we're live, and everything is A-OK now. Hope you found us here on GramStarSports.com. No, it's a offsides on the Devils. Half the distance to the goal. And that'll take them all the way up to the 2. It's half the distance.
Half the distance to the goal puts the Black Knights inside the 2-yard line.
And the Knights are threatening to tie this ball game here on GramstarSports.com.
It's still third down by Knight fans.
3rd and 2 at the 2. Handoff to Cutler Adams. He runs right into a pile of Devils at the line of scrimmage. And this is an interesting situation here as the Grady Lewis on the tackle. Devils have stopped him again. It's 4th and 1. And how eerie is this, fans? This is the exact same situation that the Knights were not able to get across the plane on the first drive of this ball game. Let's see if they can reverse their fortunes now. 4th and short of the goal line. And this, quite frankly, could be your ball game. Push ahead. It's in. It's a touchdown for Robbinsville. The Black Knights have drawn it to within 2. Chase Calhoun with the 1-yard push. That's all he needed was his line to carry him across. It is 24-22. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Audrey's not going to make it, folks. Audrey's not going to make it. I may need a backup camera person in just a moment. 2-point conversion. It's good. Donnie Carpenter breaks the plane. We are all tied up. Back to square one, fans. 24-24. One ovation, one atmosphere here in the 3rd round of the 1A state playoffs. Stay with us on the Gramstar Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. It is 24-24. We're doing all we can, fans, to keep you connected. We're having a lot of issues with our internet right now in the press box. A quick stop by Tillman Adams. James Arch on the reception. He didn't get far, though.
And the White Knight defense comes onto the field at the Swain County 30-yard line. 1st and 10 against the White Knight defense. Foul for the start against the Maroon Devils. 5 yards. Brings up 1st and 15 against the White Knight defense.
Did he refresh the... Pitch goes around the right side. Number 17, C.J. Robinson gets a touch, and he doesn't get far. Tanner heading on the tackle. It is so loud here, fans. You cannot hear yourself think at the moment in Robbinsville. Fans, if you're able to tune in and you see us, spread the word, please. We have had to restart our stream, obviously. We lost Aaron up here in the press box at the very end of the 3rd quarter, and we still haven't got it back. We're actually having to operate off of a hotspot right now. So hope and pray Verizon doesn't drop off as well down the stretch. It is Josh Collins. He's wrapped up by Titan Tishneski. Flag comes out near the end of the play.
Joshua Collins taking down number 72, Titan Tishneski. That's against us. Looks like it. Personal foul, face mask against the Black Knights.
And that draws the ire of everyone on the home sideline. Face mask against Robbinsville, inexplicably enough. And literally no one in attendance is thrilled with that call.
1st and 10 against the Black Knight defense.
Stop the clock. It's off a long time. 5:51. 5:51.
Looks like our internet here in the press box has been restored, thankfully. Sorry about that, folks. We sincerely apologize. That was not in our game plan tonight here on the Gramstar Sports Network. But again, we can't control the internet. That's not something we can do. We can just use what's available to us. Appreciate you sticking it out with us. You're watching us here on GramstarSports.com.
Handoff number 3 around the right side. Joshua Collins on the carry.
Collins on the carry. It is Colson Dooley and Chase Calhoun helping out the cause.
Gain of half a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down against.
.5:12 to play in the ball game. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. Handoff to Glaspie. Check that as Collins. I'm sorry, I'll get it right in a minute. It's Reese Winchester. He's greeted rather rudely by Audrey Colvin's boo, Colson Dooley.
2 yards on the play.
Hey, remember, you got stopped before the game. A fan was like, I hope your boy's ready to play tonight.
Boy, ready?
Your boy. Straight ahead, Colson Dooley, senior for the Black Knights. It's 38 at the 42-yard line for Swain County. 4:28 to play. Here in the 3rd round of the state playoffs, we're all tied up. 24-24. Tackle made. Bryce Adams, Donnie Carpenter, Cage Williams, Roman Jones. Pick a player. Just pick one. Pick one of the 11. They had a hand in it. Brings up 4th and 5 at the 45. Boy, this is a big moment in this ballgame, fans.
Birthday. Sorry, I booked it. All right, football fans. I'll do it now. Time out on the field. Time out. Swain County.
Absolutely it is. It's 24-24 here in the 4th quarter. 3:36 to play. 4th down. And it's a fake. Josh Collins almost got there. I don't know if they knocked him out quick enough. He is stopped short. Robbinsville has it back here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 24-24. Black Knights football with 3:29 to play in the ball game. The officials are stopping it short, but we have another official disputing otherwise. It is Black Knights football. What an ovation. What an atmosphere here in Graham County, North Carolina tonight.
senior Cutler Adams on the carry for the Black Knights. Tackle led by number 33, Lucas Sutton, number 59, Inse Uford. Uford. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the White Knights.
.240 to play. Cage Williams downloads at the 35-yard line.
Tackle on the play by number 74, Nolan Fisher. Ball marked at the 45-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Black Knights. It's 3rd down, Black Knight fans.
And that's Chase Calhoun getting wrapped up around the 43-yard line, excuse me. Pass complete.
Tackled on the play by number 13, Josiah Gillespie. And number 32, Mason Cochran. Stopped at the 42-yard line of the Swain County Maroon Devils. Brings up 4th down, 4th and 3 for the White Knights. Number 4, senior.
Cutler Adams dives across, making a play.
Takes the ball down to the 37-yard line of the Swain County Maroon Devils. 1st and 10, Black Knights.
And Cutler Adams has busted loose. Touchdown, Black Knights, with 1:25 to play in the ball game. We got penalty flags in the end zone. We got penalty flags at the 26.
I don't know. He tried to dance. I know he was a little further down when he did that, though.
Yeah.
Boy, what an atmosphere, fans, at the moment.
I'm gonna sweat all my deodorant off. I'm not getting it. It's stressing.
Say that.
Penalty flag waved off. Touchdown.
Penalty flag is waved off. How about Cutler Adams on a 37-yard touchdown run with $1:25 to play?
And the two-point conversion fails for the Black Knights.
Conversion run is no good. 1:25 to play. And it's now the Devils' turn to try and catch up. We'll step aside here on the Grimstar Sports Network. We're back and we are live from Big Oak Stadium. It's 30-24 here on the Grimstar Sports Network. Dalton Wiggins will punt the ball off the tee. Robbinsville now in the lead, 30-24.
Joshua Collins on the kickoff return for the Maroon Devils. Brings the ball out to midfield.
Tackle made by Caden Lell and Isaac Collins.
Tackled by number 8, Caden Lell, 61. And number 61, Isaac Collins on the tackle. Ball sits at the 50-yard line. 1:17 left in the game. 1st and 10 against the Black Knight defense.
Penalty flag on the play. False start against Swain. Fans, after the game, we're going to wrap things up and head down to the field so we can talk to the Black Knights. Catch us on our website later on tonight. We'll have a recap of the events that took place, and we'll be looking right now, Robbinsville hoping to host the winner of North Rowan and Mountain Heritage, who are duking it out in timeout called first underneath us here by Robbinsville. We'll step aside here on GramstarSports.com. Drops back. Collins fires downfield. It's incomplete. Winchester couldn't catch up to it. Collins aired it out. Plenty of coverage around just in case he snagged it. 1:11 to play. Clock stops. And the Devils are down to a mad scramble here on GramstarSports.com.
Carson Michael Walls. Yeah. Maybe he heard me.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Collins completes to Reese Winchester.
Plates number 5, Reese Winchester. Taken out of bounds by number 5, Darian Ledbetter.
Ledbetter presses him out of bounds. Clock stops with 1:06 to play.
Black Knight defense.
3rd and 6 now at the 45-yard line. What a moment. Robbinsville could have the comeback of the century, down 24-8. They have scored 22 unanswered points. And we've got an injured Black Knight down. It is Quinn Jumper.
Pass complete to number 5, Reese Winchester.
Jumper having a little bit of a hard time getting up. It's going to be all right.
It's 4th down.
It is 4th down and 6 at the 46.
In the game.
Will the Knights live on to play? Pass complete to Glaspie. He's out of bounds. Just short of the marker. And the Knights have got it. Ball is back. Boy, you talk about staying cool under pressure, fans. Black Knights holding tough, stopping Glaspie just a yard shy of the conversion at the 42-yard line. And boy, are the Bryson City faithful deflated across the way. It's a knee for Donnie Carpenter. More importantly, it's almost celebration time for Robbinsville.
Timeout, Swain County.
Devils are going to burn what they've got left to slow the inevitable. Sports Network, Robbinsville could have tossed it in after falling behind 24-8. Instead, it's 3 unanswered scores, and the Knights are looking at an Elite 8 appearance next Friday night. Black Friday, if you'll have it. 49 seconds to play in the ball game.
I gotta go shop.
Man, best game I've seen in a long time. Good luck to y'all.
I wish I could describe to you fans right now how electric this place is. With 28 seconds to go. The Devils are just hanging their heads. The Knights have prevailed. Can you believe it? Robbinsville comes back from a 24-8 deficit to win 30-24 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. What a moment.
teams.
Fans, I got nothing left to say. What do you say about a comeback like that? Black Knights pull it out here in the second half. They trailed 16 to 8 at halftime, 24-8 after Swain drove down and scored to begin the third quarter. And the Knights mounted a comeback, 22 unanswered points. And Robbinsville will play on as the Devils brought everything we thought they would to the dance here tonight. It's an 11-2 season for Swain County. Nothing to hang their heads over. A great football program just up the road in Bryson City. Robbinsville will continue on 12-1 and will host the winner of North Rowan Mountain Heritage. Check us out on GramStar.com later tonight as we will post a free online recap of this ball game, and we'll let you know by then who Robbinsville will play next Friday night, day after Thanksgiving. It's Black Knights football. For the first time in 2 years, they're playing after Thanksgiving. Fans, thank you for joining us. We'll have the stream. We'll be here on GramStarSports.com next Friday night. We hope you're with us as well. We once again apologize for the internet going out. We had no control over that, and we did our very best to get back and connected. We hope, fans, that you'll be with us again next Friday night from Robbinsville. Until then, Audrey Colvin, I'm Kevin Hensley. Have a great rest of your weekend. Three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the GramStar Sports Network.